Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Nexus 5 just dropped from REFX, and they make one of the best plugins when it comes to sound selection. If you guys came up during the SoundClick days, this plugin was everywhere. The cool part is that it has different genre-specific sound expansions to get you straight to the genre. That's what I love about it. And we also have new presets here. Okay, so this is Nexus 5 factory presets, and they're very good. So firstly, we're going to go through a couple. I did this during the live stream, but we'll do a couple here. Okay, so this first one, I thought, so it just sounds dope. I could hear this being in a lot of hit songs. That's going to be in a lot of hit songs, I can guarantee. That sound is just so pristine. So I marked the ones that sounded good. We have 8-Bit Hero. This one's more of a sound effect. So here's a 70s guitar, but it sounds very good. And another thing about Nexus 5 is, if you're wondering, I had Nexus 2, Nexus 3, and this was worth the update. I know Nexus 3 and Nexus 4, people couldn't really understand the value there, the difference. But Nexus 5 has not only new presets, but a new way of working. And it's now a synthesizer, I believe. Now, the cool part about Nexus, without going into a rabbit hole, is basically you just pick a sound, it sounds good. It's like playing a keyboard sound off my Chord Kronos, for example. This is a Chord Kronos. The thing I love about it is I pick a preset, it sounds good. I don't need to tweak 1,000 things, but I can if I need to. And that's what Nexus 5 is giving me, is that you can pick a preset, it sounds amazing. It sounds like I'm playing it off my Chord. And it just sounds good. You don't need to do a bunch of stuff, but if you ever wanted to edit the sound, you could. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Also, too, you can get the old retro Nexus interface. I looked around to see if I could change the themes, but for now, it has the classic Nexus 2, from what I understand. So the library is really good, really well done. This should be the standard for all things plugins. It just tells you exactly how many presets are in each expansion. It tells you the expansion name. It's very quick to scroll up and down. CPU, what's the word? Efficient. If I turn off my mic chain, the CPU goes all the way down to 9. So this is crazy. It goes down to 9. I had 3 instances of Nexus during my live stream, and the CPU was only at 11, which means this is very CPU friendly. Another thing is, on the front, I see a magnetic tab. It reminds me of RC20, how they have that magnetic option. I like the visual effects. You can kind of see what's happening with the pitch and everything else. Okay, so 70s guitar, let's start making a beat. And let's make like a trap banger. Let's go to 140. Let me save this. All right, so we're gonna record. We're gonna do, let's see what we can do with this guitar. Now another thing, let's change the pitch range here. Make some West Coast type chords. We're gonna do like West Coast trap maybe. Alright, if you heard a piano, that was my keyboard. I forgot to turn that off. Okay, so that was the guitar. So now we have an expressive layer. Let's load up another Nexus instance here. Where's Nexus? Here we go. Let's go to factory sounds. Now I don't know how to siphon out. Okay, so it looks like we can section out pianos. Here we go, piano. Bom, bom, bom. All right, let's figure that out. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go to pattern 2. Dun, dun. I didn't think about the next notes. I forgot we played 2 chords. So let's just see if we could transpose this down. So it's dun, dun, dun. We're going to clone this over. I'm a little off, so let's hit Alt Q, quantize that. Now this piano sounds a little... Let's see if we can get a different sound here. I need a piano that's very like aggressive sounding. This one's called Drill Piano. Let's see what this sounds like. There we go. I needed a more aggressive piano. another Nexus. So far we're at, you know, without my vocal chain, let's see the CPU. We're only at 17 CPU with 3 instances of Nexus going. So that's really good for your computers. So now let's look for like a high pitch type sound. Let's go to Woodwinds. Let's do Nexus 5. Alright, let's add some expression here. So I'm just playing the root notes of the chords. I forgot how I played it the first time. That wasn't my greatest performance. Let's try that one more time. There we go. There we go. I like the ending a lot. So very expressive notes. Let's figure out some kind of other heavy sound to make this dark, and then add that trap vibe, and then we'll add the drums. We need a let's maybe do some strings. Let's see what they got. I like this sound here. Again, it feels like I'm building from a real keyboard, which like the thousands of dollars keyboards, not like the little ones. I'm talking about the big boy keyboards. This feels like that. Let's add this last chord in here real quick. Might not use that second chord, but the first chord was decent. Let's turn that down. Okay, now we need some drums basically at this point. And then a melody. Let's. So far so good on CPU. Okay, so now I gotta think of a sound that will stand out. Let's go to guitar. Oh, sorry, I'm like screaming over this beat. Let's go to the guitar category. They have a lot of guitars in here. Alright, so for some reason my screen is going crazy here. Let me see why. Let's check the GPU real quick. So it could be just the fact that I'm in FL, but the GPU is kind of slow. So it might be OBS. So my screen is kind of dragging. Let's do one thing. Let's go to View. Let's close out all plugin windows. Just to make sure it's not. Alright, so I'm just giving you guys a real in the field use case of this. Save this. Let's find a melody here. Let's turn the flute down a little bit. record something simple. So I was doing a simple melody so it didn't get too complicated. Alright, so now we need some drums. Let's turn some sounds down. Like the piano's a little too loud. Then I need to go back and add a reinforcing bass. Let's add these kicks in here. Alright, we're going to space out some of the elements here. I'm going to take out the piano for a second. Alright, some of the notes are, let me quantize some of these notes. They're a little. Very important to quantize once you start getting these times. Okay, so. So now stuff feels more cohesive. Clap. So it's a 1, 2, so it's a 1, 2, 1 to the. Just set 1, 2, 1 to the. Alright, we're gonna make a triplet hi-hat. We're gonna highlight this. We're gonna change our snap to grid to 1/3 beat. And why did I know? I'm trying to think in my head. Why did I do 1/3 beat? Let's just do it this way. There's another way to do it, but we'll just do it that way. I don't think I even wanted triplets. I think I just wanted 3 hits of quarter beat actually, so it's like that. That's what I meant to do. Okay, so now we have room in our track. Let's add the Fruity Soft Clipper. We need the bass, so the bass is going to be that final thing here. Let's mix this a little bit. Just a little. Turn those hi-hats down. All right, now we need a bass, so let's open up Nexus. Notice I usually keep my bass towards the end. That way I have all the rhythms set, and now the bass is just trying to fill out the gaps. Okay, so now we have to go to bass. Let's go to Nexus 5 presets only, so not the other expansions. Now, most people would skip over this one, but they don't realize that you guys can go to the ARP tab and turn off the sequence so that it doesn't go like that, and now you can play it like that, and then we can turn up what's called the resonance to add more bite to it for that West Coast sound. Forgot the chords I played. Let's try out different sounds here. Bass is heavy. They even have a log drum in here. Shout out to Log Drum Afrobeats. So that bass makes it very feel like happy and like a party. And now I'm gonna go back to the drums and make it match that energy. So we're definitely creating a unique sound, and Nexus always inspires my ear. So now we just need to fill in the gaps here. Let that down. Let's add some more. I gotta find it. Where is it? Okay, so this guitar, let's add some more reverb to it. Let's see how to kind of fit it in this vibe. Also, let's see if they have the trance gate like they used to, or I might be making that up. Let's see how we can kind of make this fit. So I'm clicking around. Let me see. Let's add some more reverb here. Let's add more delay to the flute. So Nexus also has a bunch of effects here. Let's add the delay. Wait, what? I don't even know. Oh, that's not even a flute. Whoops, my bad. That's the piano. Okay, here's the flute. Let's see. Okay, I figured there'd be a delay on the flute. Let's add more. Gotta get the sounds. Bop. I want to add one more guitar. We're kind of pushing it here, but let's try one more guitar. I saw under the guitars, under the what is it, Nexus 5 preset, I saw something that said like heavy metal. Let's see if we can add some of these. They may or may not blend, but let's. Oh, they got the. that in, but let's try. Let's put it on the ends. So far we have a vibe. Let me see if I can add like one more melody. Now we're getting into the world of adding too much, but let's try it. See if we can add some kind of vocals. That's fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's crazy. That's so fire. Shout out to Nexus 5. Let's go. Let me unquantize that because I think quantizing. There we go. This goes so hard. Nexus never failed us. Nexus 5. Nexus never failed us. What can I say? Subscribe if you're new, guys. I'm pumped. This plugin's out. Peace out. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.